These three small northern Kansas towns have something unusual in common: beer. Homegrown breweries that all opened in the last few years. Minneapolis is best known for an attraction called Rock City a few miles away, but word is getting around about what's going on downtown in the refurbished Oddfellows Lodge.
We're a small community, around 1,800 to 1,900 people, and so to come to a small community, people want to come and we feel have a different and a unique experience. And so our brewmaster makes 14 different craft beers on site, and then we have a self-pour tap wall. So one of the unique opportunities we felt would be fun is to let people become their own bartenders. So whether you don't know if you like a porter or like a stout or like a wheat beer, it allows you to sample an ounce of it and truly have an experience. And the whole project isn't about consumption of beer or wine, it's about community, it's about interacting with others, it's about sitting down and reflecting and telling stories, and an opportunity to allow that communication to happen.
We make 5 barrels at a time, so the action going on behind me, we're making a 5-barrel batch of a Pilsner today.
So much about this project is finding people that have passion, that have a love for something, and then we try and get them here and get out of their way. So Kyle is somebody who loves the chemistry of making beer. He loves the challenge of it.
I like hops a lot.
Making the beer is, of course, just one of the many challenges facing a combination brew pub, coffee house, pickleball court. But the Swishers, who both work in healthcare, figure that their project is actually ahead of schedule.
The coffee shop has a very consistent flow of customers. Up here, we're trying to figure out what it is that draws. Of course, when you have other activities in a small community, most of your community are at those activities. So we're trying to figure out that fine balance.
We feel like when you invest in people, you win every time. So for us, the investment isn't a fiscal, it's investing in the community, for people that come through the door, for people in this community that's been super supportive of our dental practice. One of my favorite things is on weekends when our streets are packed and there's no parking. That to me brings joy, because people are bringing their money to our community to buy gas, to do whatever, but also to come here to gather.
If you think Minneapolis is small for a brewery, how about Courtland, population 294, and the home of Irrigation Ales?
We brew in retrofitted dairy tanks that we converted and built ourselves because it was cheaper, and it helps kind of speak to the agriculture background of our area.
The name has a farming connection too. Courtland is part of the Bostwick Irrigation District, one of the state's largest. An old pipe from it hangs above the bar. Another example of the DIY methods that Luke and his father devised to keep costs down. Like this D-wheeled trailer that serves as a cold room, fermentation room, and grain storage facility. Their glorified home brewing system, as he calls it, churns out 96 gallons a week, enough to keep 8 different beers on tap and in growler cans.
But we have farmers, young and old, that are drinking sour beers. They're drinking Dunkels and red ales and stouts and trying new things.
I like the IPA.
And since we are in a rural area, we are very family friendly. We often have little kids in here with their parents having a nice afternoon, checking out the Depot Market in the summer, or Soul Sisters or Audrey's downtown. Just because you get off I-70 doesn't mean there's not anything there. There's a lot of characters, there's a lot of landscape, historical things off the interstate. So we really want to highlight those things because we are those things.
The sign that points you to Kansas Territory Brewing is nothing fancy. The facility is in an industrial park on the edge of Washington, Kansas, population 1,000, alongside Bradford-Built, where truck beds and trailers are made. Brad Portner owns both businesses.
I've got very mechanical people and electricians and everything we ever needed to keep another business running, mechanically speaking, and making repairs. So it just seemed natural to set it up right next door. We are a craft brewery, but I don't want people to buy our beer because it's a craft beer or because it's locally made and they think they have to. I want them to buy it and enjoy it because they like it.
It's been a very big thing for this town. A lot of people are really impressed. This place fills up, this brew pub fills up on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night when we're open. It's not only giving us a job, but it brings people in from all over the place.
And there's lots more to come at this fast-growing enterprise, like a distillery set to open soon. And inside what they're calling the ATF building, places to buy coffee, cigars, even guns. But the real story here is volume. At Kansas Territory, they're going big or going home.
We're producing, like say, when we brew a 160 barrel batch of beer, that roughly translates to 52,000 cans.
While the brewery does make stouts and ales and IPAs, its strong suit are light lagers like Life Coach and Bradford Light. Beers the company believes will connect with the kind of Heartland consumers that prefer to stick to the basics, and management that vows to stick around.
This is made right here in Kansas by people from Kansas. The ownership is here. Everything about it is local. It's not for sale. Nobody can have it. We just want to grow it right here and keep it right in the middle of the country.